Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well and studying well. So children, we have known about so many different things through EVS. So बच्चों आपको पता है when you talk to each other, what is it called? It is called communication. Okay, that's the name of this chapter. Now we are going to talk about different means of communication. Okay, apart from talking face to face, there are other means also of communication. Let's look at that. Okay, so I know I talk to my father on telephone or mobile. I write letter or email to my friend. So let's see this chapter. Okay, let's read this story. Today is birthday of Veena's father. Her father takes her to a deaf and dumb school to distribute some gifts to the children who study there. Veena was amazed to see that the children were thanking her father through actions. She asked her father why they are talking like this. Her father said, they are not able to speak and hear, so that's why they use some actions or signs to talk. This is a special school. Here, these children learn sign language to communicate with each other. So, children, देखा कितनी सुंदर स्टोरी है. वीना के बर्थडे पे उसके पापा उसको डेफ एंड डम के स्कूल लेके गए. अब वीना को तो पता ही नहीं था कि ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं जो साइन लैंग्वेज यूज करते हैं. बिकॉज a deaf person cannot hear and a dumb person cannot speak. Okay, and there are people who are both deaf as well as dumb, so they are not able to speak as well as hear. So in ऐसे बच्चों के लिए और ऐसे लोगों के लिए there are special schools which are made जहाँ पे उन्हें sign language सिखाते हैं. Okay, जैसे for blind people they use a braille script. Okay, and there also they teach them how to read the braille script and वैसे ही. Okay, so if there is a special blind school वैसे ही there is a special school for these people also who are who cannot hear or who cannot speak. Okay, so she was quite amused to see how they are still communicating and so happily they are communicating with each other. Okay. So now children, let's see what is a communication. Communication मतलब क्या होता है? It is a process of exchanging information or expressing our thoughts, opinions, views and feelings with other people. Okay, anything. Okay, when we talk about our emotions, our feelings, okay, when we talk to each other, convey a message. Okay, everything is a modes of communication. Okay, now let's see. Earlier, people used signs or imitated sounds made by animals and birds. These simple sounds were the beginning of language development. Later on, they started communicating by blowing horns, beating drums, through symbols, paintings and pictograms. Then art of writing was invented. Today, we use different ways of communication. So, जो early ancient लोग थे, okay, in the ancient area, those people who were there, उनके पास they did not know how to read or write. मोबाइल्स नहीं थे, कुछ नहीं था. So how they used to communicate with each other? Maybe drums का sound करने लगे थे, birds को imitate करते थे, birds की जो sound है उन्हें imitate करते थे. और उसके बाद धीरे धीरे उन्होंने symbols बनाए, paintings बनाए, okay, pictograms बनाए जिसके through they started communicating with each other. Okay, and that's when maybe the need of language started developing. Okay, now let's see other different ways of communication. Letter writing. Letters are the oldest and the cheapest means of communication. So now, what do you need to write a letter? We need an envelope with a postal stamp, a postcard, an airmail or an inland letter. Okay, now to write to someone outside one's country, an aerogram is cheaper to send. In ancient times, people used pigeons to send and receive letters from one another. Okay, so पहले के ज़माने में pigeons were the mode of sending letters. और बराबर वो लेटर को वहाँ पे पहुँचाते थे. Okay, sometimes we need to send urgent messages within a day or two. Such service is called courier service. post office also provides such service called speed post. Nowadays we use postcards and inland letters to send messages. Letters take time to deliver. So बच्चों लेटर्स को बहुत टाइम लगता है. देयर इज़ अ लॉन्गर प्रोसेस. पहले तो आप लेटर लिखते हो, फिर उसको मेल बॉक्स में डालते हो, फिर वहाँ से पोस्टमैन आके उसको कलेक्ट करता है, पोस्ट ऑफिस लेके जाते हैं उनको, देन दे बाइफिकेट देम and they place them as per the country or the city or the state, everything. और बाद में it is then sent by the different modes of transport to that particular place. और फिर वहाँ से फिर से वो कलेक्शन करते हैं, फिर से उनको बाइफिकेट करते हैं, and then they go to the respective person. So that is a longer process as compared to the process of email that we are using nowadays. Okay, so it used to be a lengthy process then. Okay, now the telegraph office provides the service of sending urgent and short messages called telegram. तो ये भी सर्विस होती थी जहाँ पे छोटे मैसेजेस अगर बहुत ही अर्जेंट होता था तो आप देखोगे कि इफ़ यू हैव वॉच सम ओल्ड फिल्म्स एंड ऑल, इन दैट यू मस्ट हैव सीन दैट यू नो द ओल्ड पीपल सेइंग दैट देयर इज़ अ टेलीग्राम विच हैज़ कम. Okay, so telegram used to be something that used to be sent for a very urgent message. तो वो बहुत जल्दी डिलीवर हो जाता था. So we require, what is it that main thing that we require is we require stamps to send letters. Telegram gets delivered in a few hours. These stamps, inland letters and postcards are easily available in the post office. जहाँ आपको लेटर भेजना है उसके हिसाब से आपको स्टैम्प लगाने होते हैं. Okay, now let's look at the process of sending a letter. Write a letter on the plain paper and put it into an envelope. Seal the envelope carefully. Go to the post office, purchase the required stamp and paste them on the envelope. Write the contact address and the name of the addressee on the envelope along with the PIN code. The full form of PIN code is Postal Index Number Code. This is a 6-digit number for the cities in our country. Okay, तो आपको envelope पे आपका एड्रेस और जिसको आप लेटर भेज रहे हो उनका एड्रेस और स्टैम्प लगाना बहुत ज़रूरी है. एट द सेम टाइम आपको वो सील करना भी ज़रूरी है, नहीं तो पता चला सिर्फ एनवेलप पहुंच गया और लेटर रह गया. राइट, सो ऑलवेज एंड यू हैव टू पुट द 6-digit PIN code of the city where the letter is being sent to. Now, drop the letter into a letter box from where the postman collects it along with all other letters. Then the postman submits all the letters to the head post office. After this, the letters are then stamped by the postman. These stamped letters are sorted out according to the place they have to be delivered. I have already explained you this process. I'm not going to repeat it because by now you know this very well and you have picturized this in your mind. Okay, mail vans carry these letters to the airports, ports or railway stations from where they are sent to the delivery places, to their delivery places. So, उसके बाद when they reach their destined city or town, they are taken to the main post office again. Here they are stamped again. The postman sorts them out and accordingly they are sent to the places, okay, where they should be reaching. Then those letters are sent to the nearest post offices located to the addresses. From there the postman on duty collects the letters and delivers to the addresses. Clear? I hope this process is pretty clear now because I already explained it to you and now you know it in detail as well. Okay, now do it yourself. You have to write your name and address on the given postcard. So get going, children. Alright, let's move on to the new and modern way of writing a letter, which is through email. Email or electronic mail has replaced letter writing in today's world. It is the fastest and easiest way of sending messages and pictures anywhere at any time. You just only need to type the message and mail it through the internet connection to receiver's email ID. जैसे आपको लेटर लिखते तो बहुत से प्रोसेसेस इन्वॉल्व हैं. एनवेलप लो, लेटर लिखो, स्टैम्प लो, एड्रेस पूछ लो और उस एड्रेस पे यहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ ईमेल एड्रेस पूछना है and then you send it through internet to that person. Alright, Next is telephone. Telephone is the cheapest and most convenient means of communication. People who live in different cities or countries can talk through telephone easily. A call made to other city is called subscriber trunk dialing, STD. And a call made outside the country or in other country is called international subscriber dialing, ISD. Okay, today we are using mobile phones more than telephones. Mobile phones are wireless phones. Except talking on mobile phones, we can also send text messages called SMS, pictures and emails through mobile phones across the वर्ल्ड. सो बच्चों जैसे आप देखोगे टेलीफोन होते थे पहले के ज़माने में, नॉर्मल टेलीफोन्स होते थे जहाँ पे लोग यूज्ड टू जस्ट पिकअप एंड कॉल. उस ज़माने में यू जस्ट कुडंट डायल द नंबर डायरेक्टली, यू हैड टू बुक अ कॉल. इफ़ इट वॉज आउटसाइड द सिटी आपको कॉल बुक करना पड़ता था और फिर ऑपरेटर कनेक्ट करती थी. धीरे धीरे ये सब बीच में से ऑपरेटर का काम हट गया एंड देन पीपल स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग टू ईच अदर डायरेक्टली. ऑल यू नीडेड वाज अ सब्सक्रिप्शन ऑफ द एसटीडी कॉलिंग और आईएसडी कॉलिंग, और आप उनको आराम से आप जो बाहर रहते उनके साथ कांटेक्ट कर सकते थे. Okay, so that was a method earlier, and now you can just dial through taking a subscription or a billing plan which has STD and ISD facilities. Okay, so अभी हम लोग क्या यूज़ करते हैं? We nowadays use more of mobile phones. और जो काम टेलीग्राम करता था वो काम अब कौन करता है? वो करता है SMS या चैट बॉक्स. ओके, हम चैट्स के ज़रिए या SMS के ज़रिए हमारे मैसेजेस, जो इम्पोर्टेंट मैसेजेस है वो जल्दी जल्दी पहुंचाते हैं टू द पीपल. ओके, वी कैन ऑल्सो सेंड पिक्चर्स, ईमेल्स, ओके, थ्रू आवर मोबाइल फोन्स. नाउ लेट्स लुक एट अ फैक्स जोन. फैक्स इज अनदर वे ऑफ सेंडिंग मैसेजेस क्विकली. दिस इज़ डन थ्रू अ फैक्स मशीन. तो एक मशीन आती है. सो सपोज आपको किसी को एक लेटर भेजना है, ओके, और तो आप क्या करते हो? वो मशीन में उस लेटर को डालते हो, वो स्कैन हो जाता है एंड देन इट रीचेस टू द फैक्स नंबर और द फैक्स मशीन ऑफ द person who is receiving it. Okay, so that is more of a business way mode of communication. Okay, now letters, postcards, emails and telephone are means of personal communication. The communication that we use to talk or to contact a person we know personally, our family members or friends, is called what? It's called a personal communication. Okay, now find out with whom can you talk on the telephone. You have to let us know with whom all you can talk on the telephone. Okay, now let's talk about mass communication. Mass communication मतलब a message which has to go to a huge amount of people, okay, to many people. So these methods or mode through which or means through which the messages reach a mass of people is called mass communication. Okay, newspapers, magazines, television, radio and internet, they are the means of mass communication. The communication that we use to reach out to a large number of people at different places at the same time is called mass communication. तो यहाँ पे हमें जो भी बताना है लोगों को, ओके, इफ टॉकिंग अबाउट एनी इशू और टॉकिंग अबाउट एनीथिंग, अ गुड न्यूज़, अ बैड न्यूज़, अ गुड सिचुएशन, अ बैड सिचुएशन, कुछ भी हो उसके बारे में जब हमें बहुत सारे लोगों को साथ में बताना होता है, ओके, दैट इज़ नोन एज अ मास कम्युनिकेशन process. Okay, newspaper and magazines help in sending information around the world at the same time. Television and radio make us aware about recent happenings from different parts of the country. So earlier days में क्या होता था, when especially during war times and all, जहाँ पे टेलीविज़न नहीं आए थे तब यूज़ होते थे रेडियोज़. तो रेडियो पे इट यूज टू बी ब्रॉडकास्टेड ऑन द रेडियो कि कहाँ पे क्या तकलीफ हो रही है, किसी एनिमी ने अटैक किया होगा तो वो, ओके. सो रेडियो हैज़ बीन यूज्ड एज अ मेजर मीन्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन टू कन्वे मैसेजेस. ओके, सो ऑन रेडियो वी कैन हियर न्यूज़, बट ऑन टेलीविजन वी कैन वॉच द न्यूज़. हम सिर्फ सुन सकते हैं रेडियो पे, टेलीविजन में हमें दिखता है. ओके, दे ब्रॉडकास्ट डिफरेंट प्रोग्राम्स एंड इवेंट्स ऑल्सो. सो इट इज़ नॉट ओनली these means of communication are not only to broadcast news but also for entertainment. Okay, now the internet is an advanced way of connecting people around the world. We can get any type of information anywhere at any time through its medium. Okay, so children, आपके घर में पेपर आता होगा ना, न्यूज़पेपर, तो उसमें आपको दिखता होगा कि क्या क्या न्यूज़ है. कभी कभी आप ये न्यूज़ अपने मोबाइल पे भी पढ़ लेते हो या फिर आपके लैपटॉप पे भी मिलती है. हाउ डज इट कम ऑन योर मोबाइल और ऑन योर लैपटॉप? इट कम्स थ्रू द मीन्स ऑफ इंटरनेट. ओके, चलो अब रिमेंबर, communication is a process of exchanging information or expressing our thoughts, opinions, views and feelings with other people. Letters, postcards, emails and telephone are means of personal communication. Newspapers, magazines, television, radio and internet are the means of mass communication. Clear? चलो अब देखते हैं word bank. Stamp, a small piece of paper that you put on a letter to show that you have paid to send it. Okay, internet, it's a very large network of computers that are connected to each other. Clear? So children, do reread this beautiful chapter, a knowledgeable chapter about different means of communication, and then attempt all the back exercises.